John chapter 9. As he was walking along, he saw a man who had been born blind. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, causing him to be born blind?" Yeshua told them, "He didn't sin, nor did his parents, but it was this way so that the works of Jehovah could be displayed in him. I must do the works of the one who sent me while it is day, because night is coming when no one can work. As long as I'm in the world, I am the light of the world." After he said this, he spat on the ground and made some mud with his saliva, and spread it on the eyes of the blind man, and told him, "Go and wash in the pool of Siloam." He went and washed, and came back able to see. His neighbors and others who had previously seen him begging began asking, "Isn't this a man who used to sit and beg?" Some were saying, "He's the one," while others said, "No, he only looks like him." But he said, "I am the man." They asked him, "How were your eyes healed?" He said, "A man named Yeshua made mud, spread it in my eyes, and told me to go wash in the water of Siloam. So I went and washed, and then I could see." They asked him, "Where is he?" He replied, "I don't know." They took the man who had been blind to the Pharisees. Now it was on the Sabbath when Yeshua made the mud and healed his eyes. The Pharisees asked him again, "How was your sight restored?" And he told them, "He put mud in my eyes, and I washed, and now I can see." Some of the Pharisees said, "This man isn't of Jehovah because he doesn't observe the Sabbath." But others said, "How can a man who is a sinner perform such miraculous signs?" So there was division among them. Again, they asked the formerly blind man, "What do you say about him? Since he gave you sight." He told them, "I say he is a prophet." The Jews didn't believe that he had been born blind and received sight until they called the parents of the man who had received his sight. They asked them, "Is this your son, the one you say was born blind? How is it that he can now see?" His parents said, "We know that he's our son and that he was born blind. But we don't know how he is able to see or who healed him. He's old enough. Ask him. He can speak for himself." His parents said this because they were afraid of the Jews, since the Jews had decided that if anyone acknowledges that he is the Messiah, they would be banished from the synagogue. That's why his parents said, "He's old enough. Ask him." They called in the man who had been blind a second time and told him, "Give the praise to Jehovah, because we know that this man is a sinner." He replied, "I don't know if he's a sinner or not, but I do know I was blind and now I see." They asked him again, "What did he do to you? How did he heal your eyes?" He replied, "I already told you and you didn't listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you want to become his disciples too?" Then they hurled insults at him and said, "You're his disciple? But we're disciples of Moses. We know that Jehovah spoke with Moses, but as for this man, we don't know where he's from." The man replied, "This is amazing. You scholars don't know where he's from? Yet he healed my eyes. Now we know that Jehovah doesn't listen to sinners, but he listens to anyone who reveres him and does his will. Since the beginning of time, no one has ever heard of anyone healing the eyes of a person who was born blind. If this man were not from Jehovah, he could not have done that." They replied, "You were born entirely sinful, and you want to teach us?" Then they threw him out of the synagogue. Yeshua heard that they threw him out, and when he found him, he asked him, "Do you believe in the Son of Jehovah?" And the man who was healed asked, "Master, who is he? I want to believe in him." And Yeshua told him, "You have seen him. He is the one who was talking to you." He said, "Master, I believe." And he worshipped him. Yeshua said, "I come into the world for judgment, so that those who are blind can see, and so that those who can see will become blind." Then some of the Pharisees who were with him heard these things, and they asked him, "Are we blind too?" Yeshua told them, "If you were blind, your sins wouldn't stick. But you say, 'We see,' so your sin is confirmed."